What's up, you guys? So, I'm sure you all heard about the tragic passing of former television host Jerry Springer. Jerry Springer was an attorney, turned news anchor, turned television host of The Jerry Springer Show, which had a large impact on pop culture. And before he died, he actually apologized. He apologized for the negative impact that his show had on the culture. So we're going to get into that in this video, but first make sure you're subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss any other videos, and click the thumbs up button if you like this type of video. All right, you guys, so Jerry Springer was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer months ago. He had a short battle with pancreatic cancer and he has now transitioned. And I ran across an article yesterday when I was doing research for this video from Steve Wilkos. You guys remember Steve used to be Jerry Springer's bodyguard on the Jerry Springer Show, and then Steve branched off with his own show, the Steve Wilkos Show. And Steve said that a few months ago, him and Jerry Springer had a lunch. It was a very different lunch from the type of lunches that they had before. And he felt like it was his way of Jerry Springer saying goodbye to him. And so that got me to thinking, a few months ago, it also came out that Jerry Springer apologized for the impact his show has had on the culture. Those are his words, the impact it had on the culture. And I didn't cover it on my channel then, but I do want to cover it now, because now if you put two and two together, it kind of sounds like Jerry Springer may have known at that time, which was last November, he may have known then that he was fighting pancreatic cancer and may be moving on from this world. And so it's an interview he did with David Yontif's Behind the Velvet Rope podcast. That's actually a podcast that a lot of housewives go on. And David Yontif, he's a really nice guy. And Jerry Springer and him were having a conversation. And David asked him, does he consider himself like the granddaddy of reality TV? And he asked that question because the way a lot of people used to act on the Jerry Springer Show was crazy. Like, it's the same way you see them act on reality TV, like with all the conflict, all the violence, all the narcissism, all the things that make reality TV so alluring to some people. That's the same way people were acting on the Jerry Springer Show. So he asked him, does he consider himself the granddaddy of reality TV? And Jerry Springer said, no, I just apologize. He said, I'm so sorry. What have I done? I've ruined the culture. So apparently he felt bad about the way that his show impacted the culture, like pop culture, reality TV culture. Apparently he felt the need to apologize. And it kind of makes sense that he would want to do that because there were a lot of negative effects from the Jerry Springer Show. Like, I know at least one person was taken off this earth after appearing on the show. Like, some of the scenarios were real and some of them were fake. And one of the real ones, a woman who said she was cheating on her husband, she was taken out of this world after going on the show and exposing that. And the show had a lot of other negative impacts. So he made his apologies, before he transitioned. And regarding, I also wanted to talk about his last conversation with Steve Wilkos. Steve Wilkos said normally whenever he would meet with Jerry, like, they would talk about like family things, like how their grandkids were doing and things like that. They wouldn't really talk about like television or pop culture or the Jerry Springer Show. But he said the last time that he met with Jerry, they actually did. They reminisced about the Jerry Springer Show, and he said it was so different from their previous conversations. Just them two sitting down with cigars, reminiscing about the Jerry Springer Show. And he said now, looking back to that moment a few months ago, he feels like that was Jerry Springer's way of saying goodbye to him. Rest in peace to Jerry Springer.